Hello guys, welcome to Daddy the Dawn. It's finally here. It's the one we've all been looking forward to, the much anticipated rematch between Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury. This time it's not for the undisputed, but still it's a massive fight nevertheless. I'm going to run through how I feel the fight will play out, make a case for each fighter and conclude with my final decision. If you do enjoy this one, please remember to like and subscribe, but without further ado, let's get started. So we start off by looking at the first fight. Obviously, Usyk won that by split decision. There were many people divided by that decision in the media, in Fury's camp, etc. I think personally the right man won on the night. I think it was 7-5 to Usyk if I was scoring that belt. And plus a knockdown, I would have given that 115, 112, which I think is pretty much how the two judges had that sort of scoreline. And then you're looking at the one that gave it to Tyson Fury. Fair enough, it's what you fancy. It was a very close fight. Some of those rounds could have gone either way. Have no problem with people saying that Tyson won it, but I feel personally the right man won. But those rounds were close, and it is fully justifiable to have the rematch, which is why we're here now. So taking a look at Tyson Fury, one of the questions a lot of people will be asking is, has he still got it, or his best days behind him? Obviously, his legs were gone in that ninth round. He took a heavy hit. You look at him, he was semi-concussed for the rest of the fight. And afterwards in the ring, he didn't seem okay. But again, he does come out with some strange stuff. A lot of the time, he does talk a lot of nonsense. So it's hard to tell with Fury, but he sounded seriously concussed in that ring afterwards. And I know in the past he has proven that he can get up from these heavy shots. He did it against Ngannou, he did it in the first fight against Wilder. But over the years, it catches up with you. He had a big spell of inactivity where he put on ridiculous amounts of weight. That takes its toll on the body over time. I know he's the younger man, but he hasn't lived his life as clean as Usyk has. So will that catch up with him? So main thing is his punch resistance still there? Have his legs gone? Can he still do it with the best? And I think when it comes to him talking and being on social media, that's normally the way he wins these psychological battles. He gets into the opponent's head. He did it famously with Klitschko, but he wasn't able to do that with Usyk. Usyk didn't bite on any of that. He just kept himself cool, calm and composed and went about his business. We know how the Furies are. We know how they behave. And we've heard it all before. I think nobody really takes anything he says on social media seriously anymore. He'll say the same comments again. He was in the ring, bumming Usyk after the fight, inviting him around his house for dinner. And as soon as the fight's on again, he's bringing out all the rabbit and the sausage talk again. So you just think, yeah, you've got to sell fights when it's against Chisora or Otto Wallin and all these noddies. But this fight sells itself. You don't need to do any silly antics to sell it anymore. It's the biggest fight, two best going at it, it will sell. Just stop with the nonsense. Concentrate in the gym and let your fists do the talking on the night. In terms of the tactics, he's got a lot of physical advantages over Usyk. So he's got the height, he's got the reach, he's got the strength. So I think he needs to utilise that more than he did in the first fight. He started the fight well. He was utilising his jab to a degree. I think him, Frank Warren and the rest of his team thought he was like 5-1 up or 6-0 up after the first 6 rounds. I think that's slightly delusional. I think it was a bit more even. And I think Usyk was more feeling out Fury and seeing what he had rather than being totally dominated. Look at the punch resistance as well. When he took that shot in the 9th round, he was gone. He hit Usyk in one of the earlier rounds, and it was a really good shot. It was round 3 or 4, and Usyk went back, reset himself, came back out, and he recovered. Fury, I don't think, has the capability to do that, so he can't go in with these tear-ups. So if he goes with the approach he did in Wilder 2, I don't think that will work with someone like Usyk. Usyk's a much better counter-puncher and a much better operator. I think Wilder clearly couldn't box. Fury took advantage of that, which is why that tactic worked perfectly. But I think if he's going to go and meet Usyk in the middle and try to outbox him and out-hit him, he's going to come unstuck and it's going to be a very dangerous game. In terms of Usyk, there's not much not to like about the guy. He's very humble, very down-to-earth, says the right things, never controversial. He has come out of his shell a little bit more with the back and forths with Fury. Gained a lot of support for that, I think. I think a lot of people do actually like him and find him funny, where before he was a bit more socially awkward. But if you're going to look at the guy's legacy, if he manages to retire unbeaten, I think you'd do well to see anyone beat what he's managed to achieve and accomplish in the ring in his career. So you've got Olympic gold medalist, undisputed cruiserweight champion, undisputed heavyweight champion, retired, undefeated. That's pretty much greatest of all time caliber. And I think when he does retire, if he goes down that path of undefeated, he's in the mix for pound best that have ever done it. So in terms of this fight, I think it's going to be very similar at the start to the last fight. Fury will come out, he'll use the jab, he'll have some success. Usyk will hold his ground, get the measure of Fury, size him up, and just be content at it being level, say through 4 to 6 rounds. But I think that's when he'll click into gear again. He'll start taking the championship rounds. He'll outwork Fury, he'll outbox him. Fury might throw more, but Usyk will land more, and there'll be high quality punches that are being landed by Usyk. Be clean punches, no sort of grazes or on the arms. There'll be clean, meaningful, damaging shots. I don't think it'll be a knockout. I think Fury's shown over his career he will get up from pretty much every occasion. He'll always die on the sword. He won't quit. But I think Usyk will have enough to win a little bit more dominating than he did last time. And it'll be Usyk to win, I'd say 8 rounds to 4. But I think the judges will all see it that way. And it will be a unanimous points decision for Oleksandr Usyk.